Well, hi there, food friends. It's Kevin.
Wow, I'm Ralph behind the camera.
And welcome to Cavalcade of Food.
Cavalcade of Stoves is more like it.
Well, Ralph, it's that time where we're going to do a stove exchange at the cottage.
The annual stove swap.
And
Wow.
We're going to pick one out from what we've got here.
So this is only a sampling, not even all of the stoves that you've collected through the years.
No, this isn't all of them. This is maybe 2/3 of them. We're still in the process of getting them all here in one spot, which is like my dream. And we'll do it, I promise you, we will do it one day. But for right now, I've got a good group of them here together. A lot of these stoves have been in the cottage over the years. Many of them haven't because they're too big. For the cottage, we have to use a 30-inch stove. As a matter of fact, both of these have spent a little bit of time. I spent a summer in the cottage over the years.
So these
are
have all,
30-inch.
And these have all been in storage, but you were able to get them here over the winter.
Exactly. That was the job over the winter, to get these out and start getting them in one place. See, this is a 40-inch stove as an example. We'd love to put it in the cottage. It won't fit. So this one's not going to be able to be part of the stove exchange. But here in this building, we're in the process of starting to build a kitchen studio where we're going to be able to exchange the stoves every episode.
Per episode.
We want, and we can put in any size stove and any size fridge of our choosing.
How fun is that going to be?
That will be fun, and that'll be part of how we're going to spend our summer this year, is getting that kitchen studio built in.
So future episodes of Cavalcade of Food will be able to switch out appliances at will.
Yeah,
easily.
Wonderful. But honestly, a lot of times when I decide what stove I want to put in the cottage for a particular year, sometimes it's just a really practical decision. And by that I mean, what's on the end, or the easiest to get out, that doesn't require moving 8 other stoves.
Or 8 people to move it.
Thank you. That I haven't had in the cottage yet. So looking around at my candidates, I've got a couple here. I've got a Norge. I've got a Frigidaire. This is a 40-inch, so this won't work. This one is one of my favorite stoves, and this was in the cottage.
I thought it looked familiar.
Maybe about 4 or 5 years ago. And look what's on the end here. A 1961 Westinghouse. This is an Aristocrat model. And you know what? It's on the end. So as far as I'm concerned, and this one hasn't been in the cottage, I think the Westinghouse, and I don't know if we've had a Westinghouse stove in the cottage. I don't think we have. So I'm going to go for the 61 Westinghouse. Ralph and I will get this thing on the dolly, and we'll get it out of here and over to the cottage. Well, we can't get a new stove in without taking an old stove out. Right, Ralph?
Bittersweet.
Bittersweet. And so we're going to say goodbye to our 1966 Montgomery Ward Signature Menu-Matic.
With timing center.
With timing center. Let me just say for the record that I love this range. Of the many we have had through the cottage over the years, this is probably in my top 3.
Wow.
I really did. It performed beautifully. It has a kind of a big oven.
Yeah.
For a 30-inch range. I like the controls on the side rather than being on the back. And it was just a really very easy to clean. It was just a great range.
You know what I liked about it? I liked that it worked when we plugged it in.
That's always an important feature, no matter what. But anyway, so you know what? It was great. We liked it. It served us well for the last year. But when you have an inventory of vintage stoves, you got to give everybody a chance. So we're going to say, by the way, while this was Montgomery Ward's range and sold at Montgomery Ward stores, This was made by the Tappan Stove Company. So, interesting, the Tappan Stove Company was in Mansfield, Ohio. We're replacing it with a Westinghouse stove, and Westinghouse, a big appliance factory. Guess where that was, Ralph?
Where?
Mansfield, Ohio.
Really?
Hello, Mansfield. So we're going to take out this Montgomery Ward Signature / Tappan and replace it with a Westinghouse. Our 61 Westinghouse. Boy, these stoves get heavier every year, don't they?
Yeah. It's not us, it's the stoves.
A little more. Oh, yes. And slowly.
Watch the fingers. Okay.
Good. And we'll just bring it forward.
And then
That's great. Okay. So, let's get this fixed. Mary Ann's working the camera for us. We're going to get this strapped onto the dolly here, and we'll be right back. There we go. And on 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 5, 6. 3.
first or you first?
Me first. Kind of.
Angle it.
Yeah.
Angle and Merkel it.
Okay, ready? Now, hold on. We gotta just clear the threshold here.
It's like we're in.
Watch the bottom.
Oh, Joe. This went in easy. Unlike some of those stoves where we've torn off the handles and such. All right, we're just putting it down now?
Yeah, I'm gonna put it down. Ready?
Slow.
Got it.
Got it. Okay.
Good. It's in.
Now, we have to figure out if it's going to work or not. We never know until we plug it in, right, Kev?
Yeah.
Levels and shims and stoves. Oh my.
Well, Ralph, our level says it's level.
Are you on the level?
I am. You know what level is spelled backwards, right?
Level.
Right. So our challenge is always to kind of get this. The floors aren't level here in the old cottage, so
Give it a shake.
yeah. So we always have to kind of make some adjustments.
No, I mean shake the stove so people can see how secure
but
it is in there.
It's in there. So, anyways, so we're glad to have it in and ready, and here it is. Here's our stove for this year. This is our 1961 Westinghouse. I actually think it's beautiful.
Turn it on, make sure it works.
Ta-da!
All right.
So
Burners.
here's what we've got on this stove. We've got 4 burners. One of them is an automatic burner. You see it's got the little kind of sensor.
Spring-loaded sensor.
That stays on the bottom of the pan. We've got one 8-inch burner, 3 6-inch. These are the Corax burners, which Westinghouse made.
Okay.
We have, of course, a lovely fluorescent light here on the surface. We've got an oven. You'll see a red light. Let me turn this off. See that red light?
Oh yeah.
That'll tell you the oven is on, and it will go off when we come to temperature. Yep. Heating up beautifully. We've got a nice storage drawer down here.
Which is also good for keeping food warm. I found out not too long ago.
This is an oven light switch, so I don't know if you can get this, Ralph. It says look in. Westinghouse look in. So this is what they called their little oven window. And you can turn that on if you want to take a peek. And again, we've got our light there. And let's fire up our burners. Yes, 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 yes.
All right.
We
4
got
S's.
heat. It's neat to have the heat.
That's a good feeling to know after all the work of putting it in that it actually works.
Absolutely. And I think it's beautiful.
It is. You're going to have a
Yeah.
lot of good fun cooking on this
Yeah,
one.
it's a handsome stove, and I like it's kind of got the stainless steel backsplash, which helps reflect some of the light from the surface light here, and it's great. So you know what? We are going to put you through your paces this summer, and we're going to be cooking and baking and having fun with our 1961 Westinghouse Aristocrat model stove. So, you know what? Once again, another year, another season, another stove. And thanks for being a part of this annual stove exchange. We know, Ralph, there's a lot of people who really look forward to it.
Yeah, thanks for enjoying the stove swap, and we'll see you next time right here.
On Cavalcade of Food. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.